Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 822. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. With Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side to join me on camera, shoot the breeze, share information, or maybe even promote yourself and or your business. I'd love that. And if you could share this out, that would be awesome so that more people here in Durham can know what's happening today. Okay, I'm going to start out with the word page. That is the government and nonprofit information page. I do like to point out that there are some really great programs and services as offered by local nonprofits, the city of Durham, and also Durham County. So at your convenience, you can just go to the word page and check them out for yourself. Okay, Durham for All, that's a nonprofit. It's all about getting out the vote, not telling people how to vote, but getting them to vote, talk about their issues. So basically, they're doing canvassing. And if you would like to join them, they would love that. They have different dates, different times where you can go out, talk with people about the issues that they're concerned about, and encourage them to go out and vote. So if you're interested in taking part in that, then definitely go to the word page, check out Durham for All, hook up with them, and see what you can do. Okay, let's see. The Durham County libraries are all open until 8 today. That does include Bragtown. And there's going to be a special series of classes today. Let me see if I can find them. Let's see. Let me scroll down. So the Durham School for Ballet and the Performing Arts, they're having an open house this week. That means Monday through Thursday, you can take some free introductory classes, look around the studio, meet the instructors, etc. This is for people of all ages and all levels of, skill, or even no skill if you're a beginner and want to learn. All right, so let's see. So today, they're going to have ballet from 5 until 5:30, and this is for people with at least 3 years of ballet technique. Also, they're going to have a contemporary dance class tonight from 5:30 until 6, and this is for people with 3+ years of modern or jazz contemporary dance technique. Then they're going to have a tween teen aerial silks class. And, what is her name? I saw that for the first time. Amy Godfrey does that. She used to work with Southwest Library. And that's it's kind of like ballet up in the air using silken scarves. It's very graceful. And I think it requires a lot of strength, too, because I couldn't figure out how she was holding herself up in the air like that. But anyway, so they're going to have tween teen aerial silks and no experience needed. So this is going to be the basics starting at 6 o'clock, 6 until 6:30. Also tonight, conditioning with silks. I think that's kind of related. And that's from 6:30 until 7. You have to be at least age 15 for that. Now tomorrow they're going to have modern, adult ballet, kids aerial silks foundations, and teen beginning silks. So that's going to be tomorrow, and then you can read at your convenience what they're going to have on Wednesday and Thursday. This sounds like a lot of fun and a great way to at least meet the instructors and learn what the Durham School for Ballet and Performing Arts is all about. And they are located at 608 North Duke Street. Okay, this sounds like lots of fun. Okay. So let's get started here. Let's see with the Durham Tech Small Business Center. Let's see what's on the docket for them. Let's see. If you want to be an entrepreneur, they have these free classes. They're really great, very great. And they're not always necessarily given by Durham Tech. I have taken the opportunity of just choosing classes from across the state because they're all online and they're all free anyway. So why not? So they're not going to have any classes tonight, but tomorrow at 1 o'clock, they're going to have a free class online, registering your business at the national, state, and local levels. So you might be interested in that. That's from 1 until 2 tomorrow. So go ahead and sign up in advance for that one. Okay, and I think SCORE is having something tomorrow as well. SCORE is the Service Corps of Retired Executives. They have mentors. They have free classes online as well. So tomorrow at 1, they're going to have a free class, 3 key principles to help your business work for you. That sounds intriguing. So that's going to be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. You can sign up for that as well. Okay, let's go to the health page, to your health. You can just at your convenience look at the COVID-19 test and vaccine updates. You can just do that at your convenience. Let me also tell you about the HELP service, which is open tomorrow. And HELP stands for the Health Equipment Loan Program. This is where people donate items they no longer need, things for self-care, mobility, wheelchairs, tub transfer benches, that sort of thing. And then this county-run program is run by Project Access. The HELP program, they go ahead, they take these items, they repair them as needed, fix them up, disinfect them, and then long-term loan them to people who need them. And it's a really great service. Now, they have to catch up because they've gotten such a large inventory. They need to play a little catch up. So they're not going to be taking donations this month. So starting in September, I'll let you know. I'll ask them what the exact date will be when they will resume accepting donations. But you can definitely go there and long-term borrow some items. They definitely welcome that. So they're open tomorrow from 10 until 2, and they are located at 4206 North Roxborough Street. Okay, let's go to the health events page, and we get there by clicking on the big blue button at the top of the health page. Health events is all about the support group meetings, etc. So let's see. So today there's going to be a prostate cancer support group meeting run by Duke. It's online. It's from 4 until 6. And then the Durham Parkinson's disease support group meeting will be tomorrow morning online. And this is going to be from 10:30 until noon, also run by Duke. Okay, let's go to the senior page. Let's see what's happening at the Durham Center for Senior Life. Let's definitely click on that one. So tomorrow they're going to be celebrating the August birthdays. So if your birthday is sometime this month, you might want to give them a call and make sure that you can get in on tomorrow's celebration. And I think, let's see, something else is happening tomorrow. Let's see. Also tomorrow there's going to be a presentation. Okay, let's see. 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟, the founder of Geriatrics with an X, which is very clever, will be making a presentation, Pharmacist Secrets to Healthcare Cost Savings. Who doesn't want to learn about that? So it's going to be in person tomorrow from 1 until 2 in the theater. And if you'd rather not go out tomorrow, then you can actually call and get the link and then attend via Zoom. So I like how they're doing that. They're starting to make things, now they're, still reopening. I like how they're making some events hybrid. Like, I think that's very clever and very thoughtful as well. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the legal page. There's going to be a workshop today. Usually, Legal Aid NC, they have these free workshops. They're usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but every now and then they have one on a Monday. So today there's going to be, let's see, there it is. There's going to be a free, like a online clinic, so to speak, to explain Medicaid managed care. So you can learn all about that online today, special day, from 2:30 until 4. So you can learn about this prepaid health plan, your rights, and where to get free help if you're not getting the care that you need. Definitely learn about that. This is going to be online. It's going to be today, special day, 2:30 until 4. I have the link right there on the Legal Ease page. Okay, and now let's go to the Let's Go page, the last page that we will be visiting. Then I'll do the weather, and then I'll bring on Guy, our cook, who is waiting in the wings. So let's go to Let's Go. Then I'm going to scroll all the way down to 22. So, New Visions of Africa restaurant, they will be giving away free meals today from 3 until 6. If you're in need, definitely stop by. The Durham County Library, they're going to have a panel discussion tonight. Women Run Durham, back to school. It's going to be tonight from 6 until 7 at the main library downtown. If you haven't visited the new library downtown, you are in for a treat. It is so gorgeous. This is going to be in the auditorium, and the auditorium is fabulous. You'll see. Anyway, it's free, but you can definitely get your free ticket by clicking on the link that I provide. So this is the first of a series dealing with female leadership in Durham and the work that needs to be done in the schools. So definitely read all about it and who the panelists will be. That's going to be tonight from 6 until 7 in person at the main library in the auditorium. Okay, the Hayti Heritage Center's Heritage Rhythms African Dance classes tonight, also in person. It's led by Tony Hall and Ivy Birch. This is going to be upstairs in the Chuck Davis Dance Emporium at the Hayti Heritage Center on Fayetteville and Lakewood. So they're going to have music from the African diaspora, and then you're doing like cardio intensive dance, or rather moves, also African dance steps. So it sounds like a lot of fun. So there's a cost, $10. You can pay online, and then you can attend in person from 6:30 until 8. Okay, Marvis Fun's going to have her Stay Well virtual line dance class from 7 until 8. It's on Zoom. It's always fun and always free. Now, the Durham County Sheriff's Office, the Animal Services Division, they have this rabies vaccination clinic. They have it on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You can call, make an appointment for your cat or dog or whatever. So from 9:30 until 11, and then their afternoon sessions are 2 until 3:30. It's only $10, cash only. So definitely read about that, make that phone call, and all that information is on the Let's Go page. Also, New Visions of Africa restaurant, they're right next door to W.D. Hill. They'll have their grocery giveaway tomorrow starting at 12:30. I will remind you, but I'm just letting you know now, 12:30, free groceries at New Visions of Africa, served by the 5 and the 5K bus. Okay, let's look at the weather. It actually feels really nice. It's slightly humid. It is 79 right now. It's cloudy. It's going up to 87 with rain starting around 6-ish. And then tomorrow it's going to be hot again, 89 and sunny. Let me see for the rest of the week, then I'll bring on Guy. I'm just curious. Let me just see for the rest of the week. Let's see. Wednesday, 89. Thursday, 87. Friday, 87. And then rain the weekend. 86 and 85. Yeah, totally 80s. Sounds like a dance party. But yeah, totally 80s this week. Let's bring on Guy, our cook, and see what's new in Washington State. I doubt if it's still hot there, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Guy, what is new? And how?
Well, let's talk about the weather.
Okay.
Currently, we're under a fire watch.
Oh.
Because there's expected to be multiple lightning strikes through thunderstorms. And
oh my God.
You know how you get a light pole outside your window across the street or something? You know, it never moves. Well, hopefully. The light pole that's right outside my fence, I'm using it as the marker in the sky, and the clouds are going by.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some weather coming. And
whoa,
those clouds are going to stack up against the Blue Mountains about an hour's drive east of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then Katie, bar the door. I don't know what's going to happen.
So is it super hot then, or what?
Yeah, it's in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
So the weather the next 10 days, without looking, I'm going to guess we don't have anything below 90. Nothing in the 80s.
Whoa.
It's a desert. It's a desert. Okay.
I mean, you just don't see that on TV, because on TV, when you're totally like me and have never been in that area at all I can go by is television telling me that it rains all day, but they're only talking about like Portland and Seattle, I think.
Yeah. Well, or it's rain. The people from California that want to move up here, and they're going to move to the Seattle area, right? Well, it rains all the time, and there's no salmon left in Puget Sound. That was the urban legend we used to tell them. Said, yeah, it
you
really
tell
sucks
them.
up here. Don't come up here. It's terrible. Because Californians are not meant to move to the Northwest. They struggle. Like whenever it snows, they never learned how to drive in the snow.
We don't know what that
is. If they
is.
lived in Northern California, maybe they got snow. But if they're from like San Francisco, LA, something like that, they don't have a clue on driving in the snow. And you'd see them at the intersections trying to go up the hill on their bald tires because they don't know about snow tires. And they're just spinning like crazy. And we just look at each other, the wife and I look at each other. There's another Californian. But anyway.
That's why they shut everything down here at the slightest hint of snow. Everything's closed.
Yeah. Well, you don't have any snow plows either, right?
No. Well, we don't have the sprinkling things. We do have a couple of plows, but
with the big blades on the front on the truck, really?
Every now and then you'll see that, but for the most part, they don't really. Yeah. It's not like Chicago where they go up and down.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. They probably buy new trucks, snow plows every year for that area.
Yeah. Now Raleigh's the state capital, so Raleigh is taken care of. Has to be taken care of better because you can't stop government.
A minute ago, Pat Murray said you got to check out the new downtown library in Durham. It's really sharp.
It is.
Right? Well, share my screen because I got the pictures.
What you got? There you go.
There's
what do you think
the
of
main
that,
picture. Huh? Okay. And there's an inside shot. It's 2 stories.
Mm-hmm.
And there's looking at the shelves, and you can see the stairs going up to the 2nd floor.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to scroll down. This one really intrigued me. They're growing grass or something is growing on the roof.
I have not seen that angle.
See, in Seattle, that's a new thing. It's supposed to, put more oxygen into the air and so forth, be environmentally good. So this is like cutting edge.
Well, you know what? When I was in Chicago, let's see, I've been here 21 years now. I remember, I think it was in the 90s or late 90s maybe, or early 90s. But anyway, on top of City Hall is a rooftop garden in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I think they were really groundbreaking. So what the heck?
And this picture is in the library.
Oh, okay.
And I'm guessing they're set up for a podcast.
It looks
they
like
can do interviews, 2 microphones, right?
Mm-hmm.
All they need is take that chair that's over there on the right and swing it around.
Yeah, nice little mixer there. Mm-hmm. That's the one. Looks like the board I was.
Big mixer. It's a nice little. No, little is not the right word. And then this is one of their meeting areas. Mm-hmm. And what I thought was cool about this is all those little seats are shaped like puzzle pieces.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. See on the right there?
I wish you can come see it in person though. These pictures are great, but
but at least gives you an idea of what to expect. There's kids playing.
Oh yeah.
Big
and the teens have their own spot where they have the video games and it's just they have a beautiful spot if you have autism and you get a little overwhelmed.
One comment one
There's some
comment
chill
I'll
out
make on
room.
this picture here that I'm sharing, this big picture.
Hmm.
The reason I'm sharing this picture is, see how high those light bulbs are above the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Who gets the dirty job of changing the light bulbs?
I'm sure they get.
I mean, you got to have somebody. I think in the military they called it pooping in your mess kit to get that job.
I'm sure they get paid enough for it.
But anyway, that's the library. Go check it out if you're in Durham. It's definitely worth the look. I was impressed.
Oh yeah, very impressive. Thank you, Guy. Thank you for that. Before the grand opening, they actually had a sneak peek video, which I posted and teased people with it for about, I guess, half a year. And then on grand opening day, I went there and spent 2 hours walking around live streaming. Boy, was that fun. I live
Oh, I'm
streamed
sure.
from all the rooms. I would encounter county commissioners and talk to them and interviewed staff, and it was so fun.
Yeah. They really did a good job. If you're going to replace it and build a new one, they did that in Seattle when they put a new art gallery in Seattle.
Okay.
23 jewel stem winding wonder of technology. Okay. I'm not sure, but what I would guess, without looking for sure, if there's a roof that's going to have plants growing, that one would be one.
It's a very hip idea.
Because with all the water they have in Seattle, all the rainfall, they don't have to worry about watering the plants on the roof.
You know, I remember cutting out, I probably still have it somewhere. I remember cutting out an article. Now, mind you, I get Portland and Seattle mixed up. Please forgive me because I've never been over there. But there was a gentleman who lived in one of those two cities, and he just collected compost, never dug in the ground at all. He had about 8 inches of compost, and he grew extraordinarily luscious crops. Whatever city he was in, Portland, Seattle, it was one of the rainy cities, and it was the pictures, you just wouldn't believe it. The plants were all humongous with lush growth. It was beautiful. And he didn't dig any holes. He just piled compost on top of the soil and just planted right directly in the compost. It's beautiful. Almost right.
The shameless plug I wanted to do in today's episode on the podcast, I did an episode about which do you want to do, a podcast or a blog, or do you want to do both?
Wow.
And that's discussed in length if you go to that link on the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟.podbean.com.
Should I share this?
You can share it if you choose.
There you go.
There it is. That's
nice.
Yours truly sitting in the man cave.
Yeah.
And if you go to that link, you can see down below there's a link there that goes to the Google document.
Nice.
And that is going to look like this.
So you just did this today, this morning?
No, actually I did it Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Because the nice thing about Podbean is I can schedule when I'm going to publish.
Oh, okay. I just saw today's date. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So I've got today and tomorrow already, as I say, in the bucket.
Nice.
Waiting. And then I've got to do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and get them up and scheduled. And then I've got the week off.
Okay, nice. Here's a bit of trivia, Guy.
Yeah. It's just basically it boils down to if you've got time for it. We can stop sharing that.
Yeah. Here's some trivia for you. You know, the soap operas on TV, they rehearse and they make a lot of mistakes. They just don't have time to rehearse as if they're in a Broadway play. So they go over their lines and the blocking and everything Monday through Thursday. They record the entire week's worth of episodes on Friday. One day. Yeah. They do 5 shows on a Friday for the following week. That's intense.
Well, it used to be, I don't know about now because I don't watch soap operas, but it used to be they would like live their life in the drama like 15, 20 minutes at a time.
Okay.
And then the next day was 20 more minutes into the
Oh,
day.
I never
might
really.
go to bed and get up the next day or something. But it was like little bits and pieces. So if you missed a couple of days because you're on a trip or you're out of town, you can't watch it, and you come back, you've only missed about an hour and a half max.
Yeah. I do remember seeing the end of a soap opera where someone knocked on the door and the person opened the door and it was like, dun, 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 because the person at the door was like a surprise. And the show ended right there.
Right.
So the next day, I wanted to see how it began. So the next day, same thing. Dun, 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 and then they revealed, the person at the door.
Right.
So corny. I don't see how
I
you
remember
things.
Gosh, when was it? I guess back in the 70s. No, must have been in the 80s. In the 1980s, there was a soap opera that my first wife watched, General Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to call it, just joking, oh, you're going to watch the Luke and Laura show?
Yeah,
because those two characters was all the show was. I mean, you barely saw anybody else.
But that show ran for like 50 years.
Oh God, it's probably still on. I haven't checked, but
if it's still on, I would be amazed.
Well, it wouldn't shock me. Some of those, I don't know the names of any of the ancient.
Well, yeah, I remember.
There's Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, I remember that. One Life to Live was the one my sister liked, where nobody looked related. They were all like, I'm like, this is the most weird looking. Anyway, they just choose the actors, I guess, for their skills. And
well, on television, did you stay up last night and watch House of the Dragon? It's the new show on. You probably didn't see it.
Never heard of it.
Get it on Hulu today on Roku.
I don't have Hulu.
House of the Dragon is like the prequel to the Game of Thrones show that they had on HBO.
Oh, I never watched that. I don't know.
Yeah, and
I'm not even sure if that is.
It was real good, and the reason I know it was really good is yours truly stayed up till 10 o'clock plus actually.
Wow.
Watching that show.
And you get up early.
And that's way late for me. Yeah, I didn't get up till it was almost 7 o'clock this morning.
What a bum.
Which helped on WordFeud. I mean, not WordFeud. What's the other one? The one I play on New York Times, Wordle.
You have gotten Dr. Hersey hooked on that. He's starting to post his Wordles.
Yeah, I play it every day. It's a given.
That's funny. That is hilarious.
Oh, and did you see the cup on Mondays?
Oh, let's see.
On Mondays, Darlene always says, it would really be good if we had a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So the lady at the coffee stand doesn't know my name as Guy. She knows my name as 2 sugar-free hot vanilla lattes to go. And the reason I make points is those little paper cup holders that they have?
Oh, yeah. They slide it. Yeah.
Well, I saved mine. And I come in and I just set it down on the counter. And I always tease her and say, well, don't I get a discount for having the cup holder again? That's got to save you a couple pennies or something. No.
We should get at least a senior discount.
Oh, I do get a senior discount. Yeah.
Because I'm starting to ask about that. And I'm surprised at how many.
Oh, yeah. The secret of senior discounts is if you don't ask, you won't get one.
Yeah. Although once I asked and they said, oh, I already, rung it up, ma'am. I was like, oh, how thoughtful. Okay.
Now, what's the youngest senior discount age you've ever encountered? 60?
It's really weird because some people consider 55 senior.
That's the youngest I've ever seen.
Some 65. Yeah.
Down by Olympia, the state capital of Washington, there's a tribal casino. There's a bunch of them on the coast, and they have a senior discount age of 55. So we used to go in there and get the buffet dinner. And say, we'd like to have the senior discount plates.
Okay.
So then it was like cheap for getting really nice buffet.
Do you and your wife do the international travel thing?
Not really.
No? Okay. Because I was just watching a video today about Italy, and the lady was saying how she loves, it's kind of like happy hour, where you can go to a bar. Well, she called it a bar. It sounds like it's more than a bar, but you go and you get the little drink, but also you gain access to the free mini pizzas and vegetables.
Oh, the hors d'oeuvres that go with the beverage.
Yeah. I was like, that sounds good.
Yeah.
We don't have that at our
bar. The only international travel, a fellow that I went to high school with, he's traveling right now in Scotland and Ireland, and his wife is doing a great job of sharing pictures on Facebook.
Oh, good.
So when they're in Ireland, I said, Greg, if you're in Ireland, you really should have a pint of Guinness, just because that was likely a bucket list item for somebody.
Really?
Oh, I would think so. Yeah, Guinness is like the brand of beer in Ireland.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I went there, but I don't drink. So I just kind of. But I would think the Cliffs of Moher would be something that I would want to live stream. Not the Blarney Stone, because that's weird.
They went to
kiss it and
some castle that was by Loch Ness in Scotland. I don't remember the name of the castle, but it was awesome.
Cool.
The job, his wife should get a job as a travel photographer.
Or they could just do a YouTube channel. There's a lot of travelers who get the audience.
Yeah. They really are having fun. They're taking in. I don't think they're in a tour group. I think they're doing their own thing.
That's the best way, isn't it? If you read up on it.
I'm guessing that they made up a list and said, well, when we're here, we're going to see this and this and this. And that's where they're going.
Yeah, I like that idea. The only scary thing is driving in a foreign country when you're not used to the rules of the road over there.
Oh, gosh. One of my most memorable driving experiences when we got back from England. They drive on what we'd call the wrong side of the road, right? So my dad's sister, Aunt Helen, they're both passed away now, so I can talk about them. Maybe. We'll know tonight if they haunt me.
We're watching.
Anyway, Aunt Helen says, well, we're going to take you out to dinner. And Dad says, oh, I'll drive.
Oh, no. Okay.
And so I guess technically he's the baby brother to Aunt Helen, right?
Okay.
She says, okay. So we got in the car and he backed out of the driveway, doing fine, going down the right-hand side of the road, turned left, and immediately started driving down the wrong side of the road.
Oh, of course. It's confusing.
So I said, well, I don't know that you're going to be the driver for much longer if you keep doing that. I'll never forget that. He was so embarrassed, and he never messed up again after that.
Yeah,
it's like turning off a switch.
Even as a pedestrian, it's strange because you're used to looking, one way, but then you have to reverse that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the thing that I couldn't get over, when we lived in England, you could ride a bicycle anywhere. And cars would look out for you. You didn't have to, oh my God, they're going to run over me, that type of thing.
I was just telling a friend yesterday that I was so amused by the calm atmosphere in Galway, where I was in Ireland, and how the bicyclists would just ride, just taking their time, and the bus would just creep behind them very nicely. No honking, no aggressive cars. The bikes would just,
Right.
I don't know how it is in Dublin, but that's how it was in Galway.
In the UK in the 60s was the same way. You could ride anywhere, anytime, no problem. We got in big, I guess, little kid trouble. There was a Boy Scout jamboree that was going on. I forget the name of the village, but it was quite a ways down the road, like maybe 10 miles from where we lived or something.
Whoa.
So we got a wild hair. We're going to ride our bikes down there.
10 miles?
Because our classmates were at this thing. And And we wanted to show them, because most of the kids we went to school with lived on the Air Force base right there in England. We lived in a village. So we rode our bikes down there and says, hey, we should call Mom and tell her what we've done. Because we never told her before we went, because she just said, no way, Jose. We called her on the phone. She said, do not leave. Stay right where you are. I'm coming to get you. Oh my God. You don't go past. There was boundaries set up.
Did you get a talking to?
Yeah. Yeah. We got a lecture about the safety of going that far away.
We used to ride all the way downtown from, let's see, 8 miles away when we were kids. We'd ride down the.
Yeah, but you didn't call your mom and say, hey, I'm down at Sears downtown, blah, blah, blah.
Of course not.
You didn't.
But when she noticed all the travel brochures from American Express, that's a dead giveaway.
Well, yeah. That was a tell.
That was a dead giveaway because that's the only thing you could really get for free downtown and we go to the American Express office and get all the little travel brochures. I don't even think they do that anymore. They probably don't.
I think AAA's probably got an office that's got all the maps, but I don't know about American Express.
Actually, the gas station used to have all kinds of maps too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We
had, true story. Back in, gosh, when was it? Must have been the late 70s. A guy, we called him Fast Eddie. His name was Ed, and he had a 57 Chevy station wagon. And I had to drive him from Spokane, Washington, back to LA where he lived. Because he only had one arm, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
We didn't know it, but there's a toll back then for going across the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We get across the bridge, and they said, well, pay your toll. Of course, we're hippies. We didn't have any money. The only thing we had that was worth money was, remember when Texaco used to give out, or Shell or somebody, give out those road atlases that fold up and fit in your glove box, and they had every state?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
We had one of those, and one of the guards on the bridge gave us $1 for it because we'd gotten it for filling up with gas. Give us $1 for that, and we were able to pay our toll and leave.
Wow, that's funny.
Oh, yeah. It's when you mentioned giving away maps, that's the one I thought of. Yeah. And now this is my maps.
I know, but when I go to other cities, I really wish that I could get the transit maps on paper. But for the most part, you just can't anymore. I really like to have the maps in my hand.
Yeah, but most of them have a website. I can remember the first map that I saw online was Liverpool, England. Somebody put an online map for all the railroad stops. Like not railroad, the tram cars, the inner city.
Oh, like the subway, like the L.
Yeah, but not metro. Above ground. This was above ground stuff.
Yeah, like a metro kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And then, oops, what did I just knock over? Oh, my toolbox. Ouch. That's going to make a mark.
Well, I have all these apps now where, and I guess I'm used to the maps now. It's just that, or rather the apps, it's just that with the maps, you can get the full view,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see point A to point B all in one view instead of
I prefer
snippet.
that. And then, but the apps are great because they tell you when the bus is coming, how many stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's running late.
So, so it's the best of both worlds. I still would prefer to at least get a map.
Well, the challenge I've got
to explore
this phone, I have things in the apps. It's Google Maps. And if I say I want to go to, let's see, where's the last place I went to? 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. I had to go up there to get tomatoes. Long story.
Okay.
Anyway, the map to 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. So I put it all in the phone, right? done. And I call her Naggy Maggie. And she says, turn left at this corner and yada, yada.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I've got a phone holder in the car. So it's on the left side and it's just held up perfect height.
Mm-hmm.
The voice goes away. The car, my son got us an Audi. And the car has a computer that's hooked up to the phone. So if I get a phone call while I'm driving, I can just push this button thing on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, it's not letting Naggy Maggie talk. I can hear it go bleep, bleep, and then her voice goes away. So when I took the car in there was a warranty recall. I took it to the shop. The guy at the shop says the only way I know to fix that is to turn off the sync to the phone. So it's not going to work for phone calls, for maps, for nothing.
That's
and then
fine.
Naggy Maggie should be able to talk all the way. I said,
Yeah,
that's worth it. Because when I'm driving, I don't like to have a phone call and distraction.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, I always ignore phone calls when I'm driving.
Usually when you get a phone call on driving, it's not something important. It's like, hey, there's a fantastic offer we want to make you aware of. This is your final call.
I just ignore. I don't even answer them.
Oh.
I don't even answer phone calls when I'm driving.
If the phone has a good thing about it, right here on the screen, the call comes in and it's one of those calls, it'll say spam likely.
Yeah.
And so those I don't even answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if they call back 2 or 3 times and then I do answer and it's somebody that I know, I tell them, I said, hey, did you know that your phone calls are coming in as spam likely? That's why I didn't answer.
Wow. Now, one thing about this Google map that I like is that you can use it while on foot. And you can see yourself as a little blue dot going down the street. And
I've never set it up that way. Yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah, because when I used it when I was in Nashville. I used it when I was in New Orleans at different conferences, and also Ireland too. And I just thought it was so cute to see myself move down the street step by step.
Now, when you take your phone to Ireland, you have to get a different chip in it, don't you? The SIM card chip?
In the videos they talk about these SIM cards and all that stuff. Yeah. I called, well, back then it was Sprint.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, no, ma'am. They said, no extra charges. You don't need a SIM card. They said your phone is going to operate as if it were in the United States. No changes.
Now, how many years ago was that?
2. Oh, wait.
Pretty recent?
Oh, 4, because that was 2019.
Okay, that's pretty recent. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I know a guy that worked
for nothing.
He worked for the bank, Wells Fargo. And whenever he went to Japan or the Philippines, he ended up marrying a girl from the Philippines. That's a big, long story. And the funny part about the Philippines wedding, he wanted to do a big production. His parents and everybody came. And they were going to have a tiger at the wedding.
Okay.
Well, when he was planning the wedding, they had this little cub tiger, probably weighed 20 pounds or something, Oh, so cute. Well, the wedding came and that tiger had grown up.
Goodness.
And it was like a 400-pound big adult-sized tiger in the wedding. And he said, well, I don't know.
Done it a little sooner.
Yeah. He was going to have pictures taken holding the tiger, Well, he couldn't lift the tiger. So that was a ha-ha moment.
Next time, make
it
SIM
cards. He always got different SIM cards whenever. And I don't know if he had Sprint, if it was because of his provider or because of his job. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, it was easy for me.
Networks are on their own separate little universe.
Also, I called my bank, which back then was SunTrust, and I told them I'd be out of the country because they say sometimes when you try to use your card, they'll freeze it thinking that it was stolen because you're
right. Yeah, I get those warnings because I buy software that's licensed out of the country, and my business account will flag it and say, "Oh, this is coming from Sweden for $12. That's got to be a fraud."
Yeah.
I said, no, it's. I have to go in.
Well, my bank thanked me and said no worries. We're happy you told us. They said no worries. So.
But you didn't have to go in person.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
See, on my bank, I have to go in person to the manager and say, yeah, that $12 expense to Sweden every month, that's okay.
Yeah.
And then they'll allow it. But if the manager of the bank, that particular branch where I'm at, doesn't do whatever he does in the computer, then it'll get flagged every month.
Yeah.
I only listen when you press the home button.
What the?
To be able to tell if I'm listening,
I said the word.
blue bar
Computer
above the home
stop.
button.
When I was talking about the bank guy, I said, the bank manager has to.
Oh, okay. That's funny. Well, I'm going to go. Oh, have your computer tell us a bad joke before we go.
Computer, stop.
What do you call a hen that counts eggs? A 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 𝗖𝗜𝗧𝗬
Oh.
Could you hear that one?
What is it? Oh, go ahead. You tell.
What do you call a hen that counts eggs? A 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟𝗧𝗬. Anyway, you have a great day. Thanks for having me on.
Sure, Guy. You have a beautiful day.
And in closing, now this is the second day in a row that somebody at StreamYard isn't doing their job.
Oh.
Because I have come in and nagged and said, hey, the Durham Skywriter link for StreamYard isn't showing. And then I don't know what you do, if you pop the clutch again or what.
What do you mean, the announcement of my show? Is that what you're talking about?
No, not the announcement. I see the announcement on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'll share the screen just a second.
Trying to see what you mean here.
Now I can't find it. Let me see.
Because you were asking me about the notification, I think, last week.
Yeah.
Or something.
No, I can't find it to share the screen. But you know how you have the Bull City Hangout logo and it says we've got a paper and so forth, and the link is right there at the bottom under the comments.
Yeah.
So here's the link. That one doesn't show up.
Oh, I wonder if it showed up today. Well, it must have showed up today.
It did today after when your phone was ringing. That was me.
Oh. Okay.
And then the link showed up right after that. So I posted in in Messenger where I type those little coded messages.
Yeah.
I said, you're not getting old and forgetful, are you?
I hope not.
Yeah, no. You're just a kid. Anyway, you have a good day.
Thank you. Stay cool.
Gonna try.
Okay.
I'm just hoping that the lightning don't start fires and give us smoke. I'm still able, if I look at the light pole out the back, I can still see the clouds just going by. When the wind and the jet stream up high is going so fast, you can see the clouds moving.
Yeah.
That's usually a precursor to the what hitting the fan.
Well, let's hope everything works out.
Well, we'll let you know next time I see you.
Okay, Guy. You take care.
Adios.
Ciao for now. Awesome. Always fun when Guy drops by. You can drop by as well. I do Bull City Hangout every weekday starting at noon. And then on Saturdays, a little earlier, 10 a.m. So if you have information for me, send it on. 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟𝗧𝗏@yahoo.com. You can find me on Facebook. Of course, follow Durham Skywriter on Facebook. And with that, have a beautiful day. Stay dry. I think it's going to start raining around dinner time tonight. So try to get everything done before then. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.